Okay, for the past year or so, roughly, I've been working at a Dollar General, and today I thought, you know what? We'll sit back, relax to some lo-fi, copyright-free beats, and, talk about some work stories. I'm DJ Swag. We're gonna talk about my weirdest, most random Dollar General stories. So, one day, this elderly couple comes up to my checkout lane, because I usually check out. I'm usually the main checker-outer person, whatever you want to say. And about mid-through, I remember this very, very in detail. He was using his card to pay, and about mid-through, I don't know if his legs started giving out, or, he was, falling, not really falling, but, wobbling, about to fall, and his wife, hey, you good? And then, they leave. Good 5-10 minutes. He comes back in the store and asks if he can use the restroom. And I'm like, yeah, you'll need the key. Hold on, let me get it for you. And I get him the key. And then I don't know how long he was in there, but he was in there for a bit. And then he hands me the key, blah, blah, blah. And then about 10-15 minutes later, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Gotta pee. Alright, real quick. In and out. I don't like to use the bathroom a lot while I'm at work because I'm getting paid. So I go in, open up the door, and I'm like, it looked like a bloody turd bomb had gone off all over the bathroom. It's like poop blood everywhere. I'm like, did the man die? He walked out, handed me the key, and then I go in and it's like a bloody poop bomb. So I'm like, I saw it for a few seconds, and that was it. And then I'm like, nope. I shut the door, walk back, hang the key back up where it goes, and then I go about my workday. And then I don't know if, my manager handed the key to somebody else, and the other person, another person found it. My manager was like, hey, the men's room is out of order, don't give people the key. I'm like, why? And she's like, you want to see? And I'm like, I had already seen the damage. I didn't say anything about it. I kind of feel bad. But then, she goes, and then I go and look a second time. Really, she thinks it's my first, but I go a second time. And, what am I typing? Sorry, this is this is really old gameplay that I haven't seen in a month, 2 months since quarantine has been happening, but no. And then she's like, my manager cleans the whole thing. I was expecting her to be like, you want to clean it? I'm glad I didn't have to, but she cleaned the entire thing. I was literally just like, you're a trooper. It was it was bad. It was disgusting. It smelled like butthole. I wish I had a video or a picture, but I did not take one. The only one that we might have, my manager took a picture of it so she could show the assistant manager whenever she came in. But by now, it's probably been deleted. It's gone. But the story lives on. Now this is, from 2 days ago. This story is from 2 days ago. I was working. People came in and, they rang them up and their EBT wasn't working, their food stamp card, and then she was doing the cash version, and I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't realize she was doing the cash version, so I ran it like a cash version, and it still wasn't working, so I went out, got the manager, blah, 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 we fixed it, and then they're out in their car, the lady comes back in, gets a bag of ice, and then I'm standing right by, where the carts and the, little yellow baskets are. She grabs the little yellow basket right in front of me. She must have known I was there. Picks it up, walks out to her car, gets in her car with the basket. And I'm like, did she just steal the basket right in front of me? Is this a thing? And then I was like, I waited a minute or two, see what happened. And I'm like, alright, I gotta get back to work, because work's a mess right now. And I'm like, alright, so I go back to work. I have no clue if they ever came back in. I don't know if she stole the basket or not. I didn't say anything to anyone. I just let it be. I just let it be. Okay, so I don't remember if it was my first day, but it was first 2 weeks or something. Woman comes in looking for 18 packs of Pepsi. One, I had never been to this Dollar General, barely at all. It's like 25 minutes from where I live, and I'd never really been there, and she's like, hey, you got 18 packs of Pepsi? And I'm like, yeah, we do. Where is it? I don't know. This is like my first, like, week. And she's like, I remember she got pretty pissed because I had no clue where the 18 packs of Pepsi were. And I'm like, why are you pissed at me? Like, what? I just started working here. Alright, so I went to my Dollar General. I went to go get snacks about like 2-3 weeks ago during quarantine because it's not going in. It's not as far a drive as like Walmart, and there's less people there. And there were a bunch of kids in like this minivan with underglow. If you don't know what underglow is, it's like a thing for cars. It's kind of like LED strip that you put on like under your like step to get into the car, like under your like bumpers and stuff to make your car glow. It's like a minivan with underglow. Probably like 11-12 people packed in the minivan, all just going nuts to Juice WRLD in the parking lot. And then some dude who he's a little weird. He's not weird. He's just a little like nuts. He comes in. He's not as nuts as some of the people, but he comes in and is like, yo, some dude just peed in the parking lot. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, dude, it was crazy. I'm out there, like, 4 dudes pile out, one guy and the other 3 pile in, he just starts peeing. And I'm like, dude, and he's like, dude, that's awesome, that's so cool. And I'm like, that's cool. I mean, it was funny, but like, he just peed where I work. And then I go out, and I'm like, there were 3 different, like, stream, like, puddles of what I assumed were urine. Like, I'm like, dude, he either peed, held it, moved, peed, held it, moved, peed, or, like, 3 people peed. Like, what? Why are you just peeing in my parking lot? Alright, so this is one of my own store. I have a truck. It was the first time driving my truck to work at 6 a.m. Sometimes I do 6 a.m. shifts to go stock items, and I left early. Usually I leave around, like, if I'm going in 6, 5:30, 5:40, somewhere in between there. I left about, like, 5:20, because it was my first time driving my truck in the morning. It was, like, late fall-ish, and just driving a little, you know, getting some time in my truck so I didn't mess anything up, seeing if there had any problems. Because we had just spent like 4 years, no, not 4 years, like 2.5 years working on it, so I was just like maybe driving it weak. So I get there, and I'm maybe like 20 minutes early, and my manager likes to get there at exactly 6. Like, when I'm supposed to be clocking in, she likes to get there at exactly 6, 6:05, 6:10, like, she likes to get there, like, she likes to take her time. And I'm like 20 minutes early before 6. And so I'm like, I gotta take a crap. It is almost 6 in the morning. No place is open. Like, where am I gonna take a crap? And I'm like, yo, our store doesn't have cameras outside. It only has cameras inside. And has a camera from the inside that you can see the door with, but that is it. And I'm like, there might be one on the side door for the back entrance of the storage area. Excuse me. And I'm like, I don't think there's any in the back. So I run out. I remember, because I had bad allergies, and I'm like sneezing all morning. So I had a bunch of paper towels with me. And I'm like, dude, I grab them and I run out to the back of Dollar General. Around the store. I drop my pants. I poop. I wipe. Pull my pants up, and I hop back in my truck. Like, didn't even take me 5 minutes. And, like, I had pooped. Like, that is illegal. That is public indecency. I could have gone to jail for being naked in a... By the way, my store is in the middle of a field. Like, it's like, the store, parking lot, everything surrounding it is a field. Like a hay field that gets cut professionally. And I poop in it. Like, I really had, and I hopped back in. Another time I was going to work, I had to pee really bad, and I'm like, I'm running a little late. If I would have got there, I would have made it on time, roughly on time, but I'm like, she takes a few minutes, you know, get there, and then, you know, I could have waited, and it would have been fine. Because she gets in, because I don't have keys to get in the store, the manager does, so I would have been like, alright, she'll just let me in. So, there's a place where I get off a gravel road, then I'm on pavement for a good long while, straight long while, and then it gets on to, like, quote-unquote highway, which it was a highway at one point, and then it's not a highway, it's not a real highway anymore, but I, like, whip open my door, my lights don't work, because it's like a 25-year-old truck, so inside lights aren't really thick, so I just open my door, look around, don't see anyone, pee, shut the door, get back in. That's another story. This story, this is the final story, not quite Dollar General related, but Dollar General related. I go up, work there, like I've been there 100+ times, working, just going to get snacks and stuff, drinks or whatever, and the highway, quote-unquote highway, it was a highway at one point, not anymore technically, but it's a highway. I say it's a highway because it makes the story much cooler, and I'm tons of mornings, barely past any, but I've been there, like, I've closed the store a few times, like 2-3 times. I'm a morning guy, morning shifts, and then I've been there a bunch at, like, closing or, like, nighttime, barely any cars. So I'm like, that one ginger, douchebag, whatever he goes by on the channel, Isaac Russell, you know him, he's been on some videos, and, Isaac24, I was like, bro, when he comes over tomorrow, a bunch of people were coming over to my house to hang out, and I'm like, bro, when he comes over tomorrow, we're going skateboarding at the library parking lot at 3 a.m. And as a joke, and then they all went for it, like, texted everybody, they all got their longboards, skateboards, or whatever, and we go to the parking lot at, like, 1 a.m., it was 1 a.m. when we went, because we really wanted to skateboard, and I live, like, 40 minutes from anywhere that I can skateboard, so we go, and I'm like, no, I'm skating the highway, I'm not just gonna, it's a tiny parking lot, like, it's about as big as my, store, like the Dollar General parking lot, very small. Sorry that I have to reuse gameplay, I only had this much. And we're skateboarding on the highway, quote-unquote highway. I say highway because it sounds cool, but we're skateboarding on the highway, and my parents were like, you can skate in the parking lot, but if you skate on the highway, you're gonna get pulled over or something. So we're all skating on the highway. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just saying I'm riding down the road to go to the gas station. Just pull into the parking lot, ride around a bit, and I see a car come in, and I go into the other lane, and because it was the left lane was coming at me, and the right lane I was going down, so I was going down. Just because it was like a hill, like light hill, great for like longboarding, pennyboarding, whatever. And I'm riding down, and I see a car coming, so I'm like, all right, I veer into the other lane going down, so I don't get hit by the car. Not gonna say I'm leaving out a crucial part of the story because I don't know if my friend wants it told, but I see the car slowly getting closer, and I'm like, that's a cop. That's either a cop or state patrol, and I'm like, oh, and it's like 1 a.m. We're skateboarding on a highway. The cops get out. One guy's like cussing, screaming. The other guy, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, they were so pissed. And I'm like, all of my friends were like, why were they so pissed? And I'm like, dude, we were skating on a highway. I get why they were pissed. But It was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. So, I mean, I haven't skateboarded in like 2 months due to the COVID-19, you know, self-quarantining, quarantine thing. But, yeah. It's pretty much all my big work stories, my light work stories, you know, and me skateboarding on a highway and getting stopped by the police. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Yeah. Pretty much it. I've been DJ Swag, taking you on this colorful journey called life. I will see all of you beautiful people in the next video.